Watch this plate saw cut this piece of aluminum exactly 2 inches. Measuring the cut piece with precision calipers in 3 different places, you can see that it measures within 2/1000ths of an inch. If used properly, that's the sort of accuracy our metal saw precision plate saw guarantees with every cut, every time. We want to show you what this production sawing system can do and how it can save you time and money. Here at Metal Saw Systems in Benicia, California, we take pride in our work. That's why we build these saws ourselves, making all of the parts right here so that we can guarantee precision. Take a close, long look at the precision plate sawing system for non-ferrous metals and plastics. We made this saw with precision, speed, and convenience in mind. When you use it, you eliminate subsequent machining. Your cuts are precise to plus or minus 2/1000ths of an inch. Here's how it works. You load your plate into the back gauge area with either a forklift, overhead crane, or vacuum lift. Keep in mind that you can also stack plates up to 6 inches high or lay individual pieces side by side. Now you press the Load Material button and the back gauge pushes the plate forward. This photo eye sensor lets the back gauge know precisely how far to move the metal right up to the blade slot for your trim cut. Then, by just pressing the touchscreen, you manually enter 1 cut at a time. You can create a cycle of automatic cuts as well. After entering the parameters, including how wide your load is, the carriage speed according to what you're cutting, then you enter your cuts. The first cut at 1 inch, the second cut at 1.5 inches, and then 3 cuts at 2 inches each. You press the Auto Cycle Start button, and you're all set. The back gauge with its precision ball screw moves the metal exactly where you want it for the first cut. A triple team combination of casters, plate grabbers, and an air flotation system that floats even the heaviest plates make the feeding process easy and smooth. Right here, notice the squaring device on the back gauge. That center rod comes down to hold the material into position against the squaring fence. With the help of that device, our squareness tolerances are 2/1000ths of an inch per foot. With the plate in position, watch the pneumatic clamping system go into action. Notice how the material is clamped on both sides of the cut, close to the blade, reducing vibration, noise, and material distortion. We've installed these clear, high-impact safety screens to reduce the noise level, and so you can watch what you're cutting safely without fear of flying chips. During the cut itself, see how the blade collar extends to within 5/8ths of an inch of the material being cut. That way the blade stays steady and rigid during operation. Unlike some other saws, our blade travels only the distance necessary to cut the material and automatically returns, saving you production time. You can also select whether you want the return speed to be fast or slow depending on your needs. The blade itself is carbide tipped and cuts the material from underneath. The Arbor bearing system is one of the many items we make right here at Metal Saw ourselves to assure the kind of quality we want to pass on to our customers. Changing the blade is no problem. You just open the locking blade cover, then remove the outer flange and blade. Put the new blade on the Arbor spindle and tighten up the flange. Don't forget to adjust the pneumatic AccuLube unit. It sprays a mist of lubricant on the blade teeth throughout the cutting process. Over here is the powerful vacuum suction system which cleans up all the chips automatically for you, reducing cleanup costs and keeping the machine cleaner and lengthening its lifespan. Right here is the brain of the system, the programmable controller housed in this electrical panel. By pushing the touchscreen, you can set up everything easily from manual machine operation and setup to auto cycle setup and operations. Let's watch for a moment as the saw completes the previous cycle we instructed. Now you be the judge. Here's the end result and the test for accuracy. Our first cut was to be 1 inch. Our second cut at 1.5 inches, and 3 cuts of 2 inches. Measurements of those pieces show the dimensional tolerances to within 2/1000ths of an inch. But we at Metal Saw aren't satisfied with just that. Let's evaluate the straightness, parallelism, squareness, and surface finish of the cut edge. When used correctly, we guarantee straightness to within 0.02 of an inch. We can promise that because of the extraordinary way in which we make our metal saws. Here in the undercarriage, you can see for yourself the sturdy cantilevered assembly, the 2-inch round case-hardened Thompson shafts. The DC rack and gear drive system provides continuous service. And you can see how the 1 1/4-inch plates that make up the T-section add to the durability. The main frame weighs 24,000 pounds with the assembly machined as a whole. It's no wonder then that we can proudly say our straightness tolerance is within 0.02 of an inch. Now, let's look at parallelism by measuring the distance between the two sawed edges all along the edge. Sure enough, the parallelism of these pieces are plus or minus 0.02 of an inch as well. Squareness can pertain to vertical or horizontal edges and is defined by its perpendicularity. Look carefully at that squaring fence again. It is 4 inches thick and precision machined. See how the integral clamping system is independent, with each clamp able to make the tiny adjustments needed for the material at that point. By measuring the squareness with a feeler gauge, we find it square to within 0.02 of an inch per foot from square corner. And lastly, let's take a look at the surface finish of the cut edges. Using a profilometer, our metal saws guarantee surface finish to be from 8 to 32 microinches. You can see we come well within that range. With the smaller the number, the smoother the finish. In comparison, a milling machine usually gives a surface finish of between 32 and 64 microinches. One other side benefit of a metal saw is its ability to retain its precision. When the material stops on the back gauge begin to show signs of normal wear and tear, you can simply trim them by using the trim menu, which ensures the proper alignment of the back gauge. Only a metal saw can cut metal and plastic with that kind of consistent accuracy and quality. Imagine how your productivity would increase with that sort of dependable precision.
Well, one thing I like about this saw is that simplicity. It's user-friendly. You can't make a mistake with it. With the touch screen, if you make any mistakes, it tells you right away that you made a mistake, so you can't get in trouble with it. It's a very fast, economical, safe machine to work with. All you have to do is load it, program it, stand back, and let the machine do its job. It's fantastic. I mean, compared to some of the other machines on the market, I would put this machine right at the top of the list. Not because it's a metal saw, just because it's so simple to work with.
We'd like to show you in person what our saws can do. And if you're interested, we'd be happy to tell you about our cutoff saw as well. We can also design a personalized productivity worksheet for you. Give us your specifications and we'll help you determine what your new productivity can be with a metal saw. You can reach us at area code 707-746-6200. Our address is 2950A Bay Vista Court, Benicia, California, 94510. We can promise you precision, high productivity, efficiency, and quality where the others can't begin to measure up, because we're Metal Saw, a cut above the rest.